Hello and a very good evening, friends and followers. Welcome back to another live stream. Today a little bit later than I originally wanted to start, and I am also a little bit in a hurry, or I was in a hurry, as my train was delayed. So basically I just came home 5 minutes ago. And yeah, but nevertheless, here I am, standing in Wellington. Hi, Alex. Yeah, it's gonna be a night flight. Well, not a night flight directly. You can see the sun will soon rise. We might have, I'm not quite sure, but I think we might have a sunrise approach into Queenstown. So, yeah, because we are flying in real time, so that means when we jump into the cockpit, let's turn on the fly pad here and start my FS2 crew. Come on, where is... Yeah, I know, there it is. That's what I wanted to delete. So, if we have a look on the clock, 17:35 Zulu time. Okay, there is no local time yet. But it is, if we have a look here, 5:35 local time. So sunrise will be very soon. So let's start with turning up the lights here a little bit, and for now we can also turn on the dome lights.
Okay, I'm out for the walk around.
Okay. Well, we will have sunrise. We will have sunrise, and as I just said in the beginning, I just came home, so I have absolutely no idea about the route, about the approach. I have absolutely no idea what's going to await us today. The co-pilot turned outside for the walk around and didn't turn on the wing lights here. Crazy guy. So this is working. I have to set my throttle again. There we go. Thrust is idle. Gear lever is down. Turn on the lights here as well. And let's jump right into the FMC here so that we can set up the initial stuff already. Weight and balance. Okay, I will have a look soon when we are in the air for the approach there. There we are. Wind, request the winds. There we are. Fetch the data here. We have block fuel of 7,152. 7,200. Or actually, let me take, the approach is very interesting, so I make it 8,000. I'll make it 8,000, so I have like 850 kilograms more on board. So 8 tons here. And let's see, average wind is 286 with 80, so we will have an average headwind of roughly, let's say, 60 knots. Where is it? Here we are. No, let's first start to receive the weather. This is actually quite fast. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, print that. Oh, now I printed it twice. Well, anyway. I now start the passenger flight here. Flight time will be 1 hour. Let's make it 15. Time until takeoff 30 minutes. We have an A320 Neo. And we have how many passengers aboard? Let me quickly check that. Pax 154. 154. Play boarding music. Okay, okay, and start.
Hey, can we get a boarding status?
We're still boarding. Let us know if you need anything.
Hey, can we finish our boarding process a little faster back there?
Okay. So, boarding is about to start. Refueling is in the process. And we can now check the weather. So we have 340 with 18 knots, gusting up 30 knots. And for the arrival we will have 230 at 9 knots. 46 kilometers of visibility. Never seen that before. Anyway, winds calm, or quite calm, that's okay. But for the departure now in Wellington, 340 at 18. So runway 34 for departure. And our departure route will be Polax 5 Papa departure. Via Sabda transition. Via Sabda.
Hi, I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
Okay. So for the Perth, flaps 1. We're gonna do a toga departure here as the runway is quite short.
Hi, the security and safety checks are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
And whatever happens, but the co-pilot understood to turn on the landing lights again, turn them off again. Okay, toga departure. These are V1, we rotate, and V2. We won't do a flex temp, or actually we can try to, let's see. Oh, and I also need to connect to the network as AMD 605 A20N, that's correct. Check if we have a flight plan. Yes, we have. Okay, perfect. And I now start SimSmart. So we are here in Wellington. Runway 34, get the meter. So we have to enter it manually again. So we have a wind of 350 at 18, outside air temperature of 17 degrees. We have a QNH of 1010. Yeah, okay. Oh, come on. Runway condition is dry. NTI is off. Our takeoff weight, we can see here 66.2. Takeoff CG is 25. Let's try a flex temperature and the air condition will be turned off. And there are the information we need. So for the takeoff, we have a flex temperature of 44 degrees. Flaps 1. Let's see. I just want to see which. Okay, it's a little bit different here. V1 is 130. The rotate is 136, that's close, and V2 is 142, that's close as well. Okay. Thrust reduction is 123, and acceleration is 123 as well. Engine out procedure should be 1020 as well. There we go. So let us quickly have a look here on the departure. So we're gonna fly the Polax 5 Papa departure, which looks like this. So we're departing runway 34, and then we fly direct to Polax, and then we will turn left with a maximum of 250 knots to Larox, to Jonah, and from there on to Sabda, where we will start our planned route. So we have to be at 3000 or above over Polax, and if we are above 10,000 feet, then we can increase the speed above 250 knots. Cut Bravo aircraft speed restriction. Okay, we are Charlie aircraft, so that doesn't matter above here. And here you can see initial climb track 340 degrees to Polax, cross Polax at or above 3000. So that's fine so far. We don't have the initial climb, have we? No, we have not.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thank you.
No problem, have a safe flight.
So there is no initial climb, but as we don't have any ATC, we can basically set up our final flight level of 340. Let's check if this is also our final flight level, but it should be. Yeah, it is. Okay, 340, so we can set that in the MCP already. There we can see our estimated departure time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking.
Okay.
At this time, please be sure to make sure
For
all
the
large
taxi,
items are in the overhead bins and your small
we
items
will
are
depart runway 34 down here, so we will push back face to the south. Then I think we leave Bravo 6 and then continue on the Alpha to Alpha 10 down here at runway 34.
Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and
That's
sit down to allow other passengers to find their seats as
yeah,
well.
basically our
If you are
departure,
seated in an emergency
and then
exit
we
row,
continue
please exit
along on the
safely
east
with your
coast
safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please ensure
until
you
we
are
will
willing and able to perform actions required.
turn
If you are
to
not
the
able or
west
prefer not to perform these
over the
actions, please
country
notify
of
the
New
TSL
Zealand and approach
Feel free
to
use your cell phones during the rest of the
Queenstown
flight
here.
process, but we do ask that laptops,
Concerning
tablets, and any
the
other larger
arrival,
electronic devices
we
are
can
kept
expect the
once we depart.
LRIF 2 Alpha arrival for runway 05, so we will of course check that first here. So Queenstown LRIF 2 Alpha arrival. Approach will be the Arnav Zulu. Let's see, we are RDB Bravo, circuit procedure. So let's first save the Arnav, but have a look also on the other ones. So the Arnav procedure would be like this. Okay, looks quite easy. VOR Bravo. Okay, so we could also fly the VOR Bravo and then and then we would circle to land, although I am not quite sure our circuit procedure. Okay, so we would arrive over here in the circuit procedure. Wait a second. Oh, so we could also fly the. No, I think the DME Bravo would be the correct one. So we would approach on this arc here, and then fly direct to Queenstown here, 113.6 Queenstown. And from this point on, or from the VOR, we would start the circuit procedure. Remain northeast of a line Sunshine Bay VRP to Hidden Island VRP checks point. So Hidden Island is here, Sunshine Bay is here, so we have to remain northeast. Okay, so within this valley, so to say. So when we arrive Queenstown, yeah, we would basically join the figure 8 here after passing Queenstown, go over the airport to the south, and then, well, we would fly the figure 8 backwards, so to say. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, so, but basically that's what I said. We will fly southwards over the airport and then turn right and land onto runway 05. We can see here from Actux we will descend to 4,000 feet, and from the view, or actually to DME, we have the airport. We have to have the airport inside and be in VMC, so that we are basically able to land. Yeah, but here it is. Well, I didn't notice that before, but what I said was we cross the VOR, turn southwards, and fly this figure 8 backwards. So we will land, and actually, I didn't notice it first, but you are absolutely right. Here's the figure. So we will leave the VOR or the NDB south, overfly the airport. So basically, that's a figure 8 just backwards on the other page. Yeah, so we will fly the VOR DME. No, what is the official name? Yeah, VOR DME Bravo. So let's see, arrival VOR Bravo. Let's see if there are any vias. Yeah, via Actux. Insert that, so that the Airbus also. Why do I have an ILS? Oh, that should be. Let's see. I think that's the arrival. Let me just double check that. 119.9. Yeah, okay. That's the arrival IMP. Yeah, that's the arrival for runway 34. Okay, so anyway, Queenstown. So once we landed on runway 05, we will either vacate via Alpha 5 or Alpha 6. And we will then cross runway 1432 at Bravo 4. Or actually, depends on the traffic. If we are the only aircraft, we can backtrack runway 05 and then leave via Alpha 4 here to make it directly to the apron. So, and basically, that's it. That's our approach into Queenstown.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. So, would you like to fly the ARC manually? No, well, I'm not sure. Maybe I will do that. Although I'm not quite sure. I mean, I have it in the navigation display, but I'm not really familiar with flying the a manual ARC. I have not trained this before, and I think I need to see a tutorial first on how to fly a manual ARC. Okay, so boarding is completed now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 605. Our flight time
And
will be roughly
we will
1
now
hour
start with the
and
before start
15
checklist
minutes.
so that we are not too late.
We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and
Before
secured.
start
If you have
checklist.
not already, please
Cockpit
fasten your
prep.
seatbelt.
Completed.
Verify it is low and tight across your lap.
Completed.
The
Gear
tow
pins
table
and
is
covers.
full
Removed.
upright and locked position for departure.
Signs.
Cabin crew,
On
prepare
and
cabin for
auto.
departure.
ADIRS.
Aligned.
Fuel quantity.
8,000 kilograms set.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Baro ref.
1010 set.
1010 set. Down to the line.
So we can then do the charts away. And we start with planning the pushback. Well, it's not that I'm like afraid of anything, but I like to fly it like, you know, I'm not doing it just out of fun and do like, I don't know. I mean, there are people doing barrel rolls and stuff like that. And if I fly, I like to do it as real as I can do it. And if I fly a VOR approach with a manual arc and I cannot really do it, then it's yeah, you know, it's not that real. So I like to be prepared and not mess up stuff. And yeah, but we will see. Maybe I will disconnect the autopilot. I mean, I have it on the navigation display, so basically that would be no problem anyway. Start the APU. Below the line. Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start checklist complete.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
And we will now start the pushback. We wait until the APU is connected. There we go. Then we can disconnect the external power and get rid of the APU, GPU. The TUC is being connected. The GPU should go away there. Okay.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Cabin crew, arms, lights, and cross-check.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
So bleed is on. Starting engine 2.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. Fasten each of the middle fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release the seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. Please adjust your seat will fasten throughout the entire flight.
Oh, and I just noticed that the Flylife Studio is closed again. Why did it close?
If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the strap
Okay,
if
there we
necessary
go.
and breathe normally. Although the bag is not in weight, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you're traveling with a child, or
Starting
someone who
engine
requires
1.
assistance, secure your
Check.
mask first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you and needs to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Push it over your head. Wrap the straps around
We now
your
get
waist
pushed
and
back so
buckle
we
the
can
vest.
use
Hold the
Bravo
strap
6
tight.
here.
To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If it doesn't inflate automatically, you may blow into the mouth for manual inflation.
Engine 1 is starting up.
Equipped with a whistle and a light. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and
Okay,
letting
pushback
the
completed.
member know
Please
you
set
have
your
it.
parking brake.
Brakes are set. So this Airbus was produced in Hamburg. Wasn't all, or is not nearly all A320 produced in Hamburg?
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side.
I mean, yeah,
Have
it's
a good flight.
basically it's Hamburg or
Holding position,
Toulouse, isn't
waiting
it?
for the visual.
I'm not
Thank
sure.
you.
I'm not familiar
Goodbye.
with the building stuff from Airbus. Okay, but now let's continue. Ground spoilers are armed. Flaps set for takeoff. We can check the condition here. Temperature seems to be fine. After start, checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
0.0% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
And we can now turn on the taxi lights. APU off, APU bleed off. Turn off the dome lights here to dim. Wellington traffic, New Zealand 605, taxiing to runway 34 via Alpha, Wellington traffic. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
It's a bit over 3 years. Came to New Zealand in 2000, so basically it's nothing. It's like a child, right? That's true. I didn't know that this Airbus is so young.
If you require additional lighting, there's a reading light on the panel above you.
That's really, really young.
Cabin is ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. This is Captain speaking. Sorry for the late good morning here, but we were busy doing the preparations here. We are right now taxiing to the active runway. We have a little bit of gusty winds here, so be prepared that might gonna become a quite shaky departure here. But we are very fine on time for our departure to Queenstown, and for now I would like you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. Thank you very much. Cabin crew, seats for departure please. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. This is Captain speaking. Sorry for the late good morning here, but we were busy doing the preparations here. are very fine on time for departure to Queenstown. And before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
130, 136, 142, flexing 4 degrees.
V1, 130, VR, 136, V2, 142, flex temp, 4 degrees, ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Down to the line.
Wellington traffic, New Zealand 605 is lining up and taking off runway 3 for Wellington traffic.
Approach path, clear of traffic.
Below the line.
Takeoff runway.
34 confirmed.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
TCAS.
TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PAX.
Off.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
And we have 20 seconds for our official departure here.
Approaching 3, 4.
Ready?
Ready.
Approaching.
Takeoff.
3, 4.
Check.
On runway 3, 4.
Thrust set.
Manflex SRS runway auto thrust blue.
100 knots.
Checked.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Thrust climb.
Packs are on. Checked.
Still hand flying here. Flaps 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
After takeoff climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
Well, I thought I could turn up the brightness here. Yeah, but I will set something up here for you. So it should be better now. I hope. Should be better by now.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. We now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to use your fast chargers.
So there we go. Yeah, I know the real flight is at a different time. I was thinking about setting a local time to the original flight, but I thought that after the time difference, there should be a nice sunrise here. So I decided to just use real time, and yeah, let's see. I just hope that the sun will be rising. But it will definitely soon, and we have a flight time of about 1 hour left, 1 hour and 10 minutes. So that should be no problem for us to land in daylight. Below the line.
Barrow rep.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff, climb checklist complete.
Okay, so here we go. And so everything is set for the climb here. Lights are off, seatbelt signs are off, packs are on. Let's see, cabin. The air condition, okay, we could turn that down a little bit here. Check the pressurization. Yep, cabin altitude is rising, that's fine. And that's normal as well. We still have 250 knots. But we will soon be released here after this point Larock or Larocks. And as soon as we to be honest, I don't know anything about Haka, or I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. And actually we should by now increasing the speed as we are now inbound Jonah. Why do we have 250 knots still? Let's clear that out. And now we are released. Okay, wonderful. So everything is set for the climb now, and I think that should now work from its own. So as I just came home before I started the flight, I will just leave the cockpit for about 5 to 10 minutes to have my dinner, and I will give you a nice wing view. Maybe you can see the rising sun. Wait a second. Okay. Or maybe... No, let's make it... Let's make it like this. And I will be back shortly in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. And for now, I hope you enjoy the flight, and I will be back soon.
10,000 to go.
And I'm back. I'm very sorry, but I had to have dinner now. Well, the sun is rising, slowly but steady. And I just hope that it is coming up soon. And I will now watch a video about Hacker. Let's see. Okay, this is a rugby club.
Just waiting for the French to peel off the tracksuits, stand in front of them, and receive the challenge of the Hacker.
Okay, I'll forward a little bit. Okay, that's quite interesting. I've never seen that before. But the video itself is great. Okay. Never seen that dance before. Game to play. Hi. Thank you very much. Radar contact. So, let me see. I want to get started to prepare my approach here. So we go to LRAF, and after LRAF we have the deceleration and then direct aqueducts. Well, that's actually not really correct. Yeah, that was the New Zealand rugby team performing the haka dance before a rugby World Cup finals or something like that. Okay, so I might need to do that via Equinox. Let's see what's different now. Okay, that looks better now. Okay. There's a deceleration point. And I want to be at 7,100 feet over aqueducts. That's set in the FMC here. So we can now go to the performance calculation, go for landing. Check and get the meter. And then we have runway altitude is 203 feet. Runway heading 050, runway condition dry, full overweight procedure no, reverse thrust yes, but that makes no difference. I have no idea about the slope. Runway length is 1777, that's not the landing distance available, but actually let me see if there is any information about it. I don't think so. Queenstown. Dum 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 dum. Runway 05 takeoff. No, I have the takeoff information, but I cannot find the landing distance available. Well, but it's not that important. Approach speed. Can I just, please? Okay. Approach speed will be roughly 141, but let's request a new weather report so we are up to date. Queenstown, QNH of 1005 and 12 degrees. 1005, 12 degrees, and we have a wind of 240 at 7. Actually, did the wind didn't even change, so actually we should land on the other runway. Let me see, runway 23. Yeah, so we should land on runway 23 actually. I don't even know why I chose runway 05 there. So VOR Bravo. Vias. Oh, so I don't have to. Do I have to change that? No, I have no runway selected, right? Exactly. Okay, so yeah, well, we will land on runway 23 then. I don't know why I did that differently. So runway heading then 230. Runway altitude is the same. Approach speed 141. And weight will be 65. So we see here that we need to land with auto brake medium or max. And if we have a look on the approach charts here, let me see if I can show you that in here. Most of the time it's not working. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's not working. So if we have a look on the approach chart, if we land runway 23, that would mean that we will vacate here on Charlie 3 or directly on Alpha 4. So that's the last quarter of the runway. So auto brakes medium should be enough, as we are also using the reverse thrust. So we can set the auto brakes to medium now. And we need to be at 7,100 feet over aqueducts. So I want to calculate my top of descent. So target altitude 7,100 with a 3 degrees glide path would make it 84 miles. So fix info. Aqueducts. and we make a radius of, let's make it 90. So we know where when we have to approach, and also when we have to descend. That's what I meant. And also I put in Quebec November. Just so we have it on the map here, which is the Queenstown VOR, and from there on everything will be set up. So after ACTX we will descend further to 4,000 feet. Let me show you the charts again. So here we are. After ACTX we will descend to 4,000 feet, and when we come from this direction here we overfly Queenstown and turn right. We stay clear of the terrain here to the north, of course. We maintain a minimum of 3,000 feet until we cross this mountain here, where the peak is 2,461 feet. And after that we start our descent into runway 23. The minimum decision altitude is 4,270. You can see that down here, and a visibility of 5 kilometers or more. So I can set that in here for the approach as well. Barrow will be 4,270. Will be a full landing. And so we are now set up for the approach. And that's basically it. So we overfly Queenstown and then turn right over this mountain here and onto runway 23. And for this one here we will approach Agvox, continue on at least 8,500. We need to cross Agvox at or above 10,000 feet. Actually I can have a look. What is the transition altitude? Transition level is flight level 150. That should be set in here as well, I think. Yeah, 150, that's set. Okay, so approach Agvox, and then on 10,000 feet, with a minimum of 8,500 feet, we will fly heading 223, and from there we will join the what is it, 12 DME arc of Queenstown until ACTX. And I will have a look on the map here how it will look like. I'm not sure if the fly-by-wire is able to fly VOR arcs. That would mean that I would have to fly it manually anyway. Let me see. Where's the Navigraph? Okay, so let's get in here. Well, that looks kinda like an arc. Delta 028 Lima, Delta 061 Lima, and then ACTX. Yeah, okay, that's correct. That's correct. That's the correct route here. And for the approach, when we pass ACTX at 12 DME at 7,100, then we will continue the descent and fly a heading of 260, and we will descend all the way down to 4,000 feet until 2 DME. And I will just see when I will disconnect the autopilot and fly manually. So the top of descent is slowly but steady coming in. What about the sun? Still not visible. I just hope that... I mean, it's getting lighter outside, you can see it clearly. It's getting brighter. But... well, anyway, we are at VMC conditions, that's for sure. As it is set on the charts, we just need daylight and a ceiling which is higher than 4,500 and a visibility which is greater than 5 kilometers, or at least 5 kilometers. And we will see. Otherwise, I will just turn on turn on the lights. I mean, turn the simulator time forward. I mean, I just need a few seconds, a few minutes, and then the sun will be up. And according to our little add-on packs, we have 34 minutes before we have to touch down. So in the charts there's no speed restriction, no altitude restriction. We just have the minimum safe altitudes. And yeah. Gonna be an interesting approach there. Well, yesterday I was able to do Paro, so I think I should be able to do this as well. That's funny, if I use my... Okay, it just takes a while. Okay, I got that. Okay, everything is set. Don't need... Okay, you can leave the airports on. Don't need the constraints anymore. But that's weird. I mean... yeah, of course, in New Zealand it's getting winter time, so we have 10 minutes before 7 local time. I forgot that it's winter time down here. Because when I came home I thought about setting the local time to the real world flight. And I decided, I said, no, we are departing at 6 o'clock in the morning local time. And as the sun will rise, so we will have daylight. But I forgot that it's winter down there, so the sun is rising later. I could... let me Google quickly. Sunrise in New Zealand. Sunrise is at 7:13 in Auckland. So we have about 20 minutes to sunrise, if it's correct what Google says. I mean, of course we are at flight level 340, so we will see the sun a little bit earlier than the people on the ground. But oh, it's gonna be a little bit shaky here. Let's turn on the seatbelts here for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I would like to inform you that we will shortly start our descent into Queenstown. As you may have noticed, we just turned on the seatbelt signs as we are experiencing a small amount of turbulences here. So please return to your seats and start to prepare for the approach. Oh, okay, there the program already aborted. And of course it's experiencing. So, and we are now overfly the 90 nautical miles. So we can now set in, first of all, let's set 10,000 and we will descend with 2.8 degrees down to 10,000 feet. And I'll let the first officer make an announcement here.
Gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your first officer. Please begin our descent and please be on the ground.
Right, that was really short. So, do we have a speed restriction, an altitude restriction over Equinox? Yes, flight level 100. That's fine. Great. And we start to prepare everything for the landing as soon as we are on the final course towards the Queenstown VOR, so that as soon as we start to turn onto the final, we are at least flaps 3 and gear down. Maybe even flaps full and gear down. So, and for tomorrow I have planned a charter flight with Ryanair 737 from Frankfurt to Sevilla. I think I'm gonna start at roughly the same time as today. Maybe also a little bit earlier. I'm not sure. So just have an eye on YouTube. I will plan the stream in way ahead of the go live. And yeah, we're taking some passengers down to Sevilla for the final of the European League of Football or Soccer, whatever you want to call it. The finals are on Wednesday, so we're just taking the passengers down there for a hopefully very exciting final fight between Eintracht Frankfurt and Glasgow Rangers, I think it is. What I haven't talked about is the missed approach procedure. Missed approach means from Queenstown VOR track 260. No, 260 to Queenstown VOR, then turn left track outbound on radial 212. Queenstown, climb to Afton at 6,500 feet, continue climb and hold to mandatory 8,500. So that means, as the fly-by-wire Airbus is yet not able to fly missed approach procedures, I will now turn that fix Afton into the fix point here, so that we have that in. Just in case we need to go around, then we know where this waypoint is. There you can see waypoint Afton is now in there, and it wasn't in before. Turn on the constraints again. Oh, and by the way, for the missed approach procedure, we are allowed to fly a maximum of 160 knots until outbound Queenstown VOR on the radial of 212. And it's gonna be, where it is, really bumpy at the moment. Well, it's a little bit sad that we cannot enjoy the wonderful New Zealand scenery here. Actually, you know what? Let's just turn that up a little bit. There we go. So that's why it's gonna why it's bumpy here, because of the mountains we're just crossing. And now there is the sunrise, and we have 7:37. So I think that should be fine now for the approach. Let's change that to 2.9. Is there a way to public address? No, it's just general. Diversion, delay, aircraft problem, okay. Well, nothing serious here. And I'm really looking forward to the Fenix A320. I just saw today a pre-release flight, and that was really, really promising. And I mean, it's a beta shortly before the release, so we should be able to expect everything what was shown today. And that means that terrain radar is working. That means that missed approach procedures, or like the FMC, is working completely. There is
Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
there is Operations Center communication via FMC. So if you are delayed, then you have to tell them the reason why. They have the fly pad. It's a study level aircraft, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I don't think it's gonna take long until the release. Start now the managed descent down to flight level 100. And it's really bumpy. It's really, really bumpy here. Arrival will be in 20 minutes. Actually, I have never flown in New Zealand before as well, and I'm starting with this kind of approach. That's... well, I don't know why I just don't do a normal flight, and I just start immediately with a VOR approach into high mountains. But, well, no risk, no fun, right? Makes it more interesting here. And we're passing now transition level, so we turn the QNH, and let's check the weather information one more time. And just to be sure, I also checked the online map, so just want to see if there is other traffic around me. There is actually traffic in... No, they departed. Queenstown to Hawke's Bay. So they have departed. There is no traffic at the airport. So these are the... this is the latest weather information, 1830. So this is a new one. 247 at 7 is the same. 12 degrees is the same. And QNH 1005. Remark, auto, VATSIM use only. Okay. So, we turn in the QNH of 1005. Do that. Come on. Do that here as well, 1005. QNH 1005, set.
1005 set. Passing 1,200.
Checked.
1,000 to go.
Check.
Checked.
We're now approaching flight level 100. Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Seatbelts.
On.
Baro ref.
1005 set.
1005 set. Minimum.
4,270 set. 4,270 set and checked. 4270 feet set.
4270 set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Alt star.
Checked.
Lights on. We turn in 7,100 here already, but I do not activate it yet. Or at least I don't want to do that. Okay, I didn't. turn in a heading of 260 that we're gonna fly after Actux. And now activate manage descent. Because I just wanted to pass these mountains here. And as we pass them, we can start our descent down to 8,500. Not yet, Alex, not yet. I will fly by hand after Actux. Alt constraint. Alt constraint star.
Checked.
And once we passed Delta 061 Lima, we can start our descent to 7,100 feet. And I will also then activate the, or actually I will now activate the approach phase. Activate approach phase. There we go. So we are now reducing the speed to green dot speed. We maintain 8,500 feet until we're passing Delta 061 Lima, and after Actux we're gonna continue the approach. Then we will now descend. Set flaps 1. Lights are on. Autopilot disengaged, manual flight. The route looks weird because we are too fast. So they would, like normally the aircraft should do a 90 degrees turn here almost, and obviously it cannot do that. So it's drawing the circle here. And we will now fly heading 260. So set the heading back to 260. And we now descend to 4,000. So we just fly within this valley here, and I will now also start the recording tool. .113.6. So we have the DME here. So we need to descend to 4,000 now. And at 2 DME, Queenstown VOR, we have our missed approach point. It should be this one here on the map, and we are already able to see the ground, so we are obviously in the visual conditions here. We will overfly this mountain here.
1,000
Yeah.
to go.
So we will overfly Queenstown, which is back here, and then we turn right in front of these mountains here, come back, overfly this one, and then descend for the approach. At least that's the theory. And I'm a little bit fast here. I wanted to have flaps 3 by now.
Minimum.
Landing. Or continue. Flight director off. Flaps 2.
Speed checked.
2,500.
Checked.
Flaps 2 checked.
Radio altimeter alive. Maintain 4,000 until we pass Queenstown and then turn right. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Gear down. Flaps full.
Speed checked.
2,500.
Radar altimeter alive. Flaps full.
Passing now Queenstown and starting our right turn. Landing checklist. So let's see if this is working, what we're doing here.
2,500. $2,500.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Medium.
ECAM memo.
2,500.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
$2,500.
There is the mountain we have to overfly. Have to take care that I do not descend too fast or too far. There is the airport, there is the runway. Down there. There are the mountains here. Can set the go around altitude.
Sync rate.
I'm still a little bit too high according to the puppies here.
Approaching.
1,000.
2, 3.
Is it just me, or does it look like I'm sitting very low?
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse screen. Decel. $70 knots.
Reversers off. Manual braking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 7:56 a.m. and it's currently about 13 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin as items may have shifted during the flight. Thank you for flying with us.
And we take this gate over here. Wait a second. Why am I... Okay. Where is there a better gate? No. They have just these stands here. I think. I have to cheat a little bit. And stop. And that's it. After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Cabin crew, disarm slides and cross-check. Well, not bad. Not bad. So let's see if we can... Yes, we can. Yes, we can! Okay, so let me tell the passengers seatbelt signs off. Seatbelt signs off, yeah. Yeah, that was because I was doing a lot of things at the same time. I should have held after vacating the runway. but I was, you know, turning the lights off and taxiing the aircraft and stuff like that. Hey, come back! What are you doing? Hello? Okay. Hello? Thank you. Give it another try. Man, there is a fence. Go over there. No, no, just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. Okay. Okay, let's check about the deboarding status.
How many more passengers do we have back there in the cabin?
We're still deplaning.
Okay, can you do that now? Is it possible for you? Yeah? Come on, you can make it. Come on. You are a little bit off there. Okay. I didn't know you can drive sideways. But well, you can also climb buildings and go over fences, so why not just drive 90 degrees left and right. Flight time today was 1 hour 16. Well, actually it was maybe 1 hour 13 or 12 or something like that. And there we are. Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seat belts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Nav logo on.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and chocks.
On and in.
Parking checklist complete.
Thank you. There we go. Welcome to Queenstown. Well, I'm quite happy with the approach here. I'm really quite happy with it. Unfortunately, I cannot expedite the deboarding, so we have to wait 7 minutes. But I will have a look on the landing then as well. And by the way, I can stop the recording. I will also save the recording because I think that was quite good. Arrival, Queenstown, A320, A32NX, AMD. There we go. So replay is saved. And now we just wait another 6 minutes. Wow, look at that. Time for a screenshot, I guess. There we go. Very nice. I like the approach here. Very, very nice approach. Yeah, most likely, yeah. Actually, it isn't a stair, I think. Why is it gone away again? Actually, I think maybe it's even an aircraft transformer. And we landed 4 minutes earlier, so good thing I extended the arrival time by 5 minutes. Otherwise we would have been like 54 seconds too late. About 4 minutes left. I really like the livery from Air New Zealand. It's so unfortunate that they are so far away, so there is a big time difference. I mean, of course I can change the time in the simulator, but I won't have ATC, as during these times there... Come on, let me... where? Here? Let me go. Can I zoom in? No. How can I zoom? No, not with the checklist. Zooming. That looks good, doesn't it? Can post that on the screenshots. Very nice. Really like the fly-by-wire. And I'm really looking forward to the... oh, come on! There we go. To the Fenix A320. Really looking forward to it. So about 1 minute left until we can start the replay. Come on, the last seconds. What would happen if I click to end flight now? Nothing. Okay, that's weird. Okay. So close packs. And now I'll quickly start the engines again. Beacon lights on, strobe lights on, all the lights on. Turn on the pumps again. We have still 5 tons of fuel on board. Oh. That's bright, isn't it? Wow. Makes me even blind in real life. Yep, Alex, see you, I hope tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the landing now again. If you want to see the landing from the outside or from passenger view, you can stay, of course. Otherwise, I will be online tomorrow evening at, yeah, I think around 19:30, no, 17:30 Zulu. For the flight from Frankfurt to Sevilla. this is so bright. Okay, so APU bleed and APU off. And start the replay. There we go. TCAS standby, so I make that active so we won't have any master cautions. There we go. Packs are on, so the cabin will be pressurized. Have a look at the bright lights here. Actually, that's funny. The gear is down already, but I had not turned it. Yeah, okay. Now that's correct. No, this is correct. I hadn't turned out the gear this far away. I'm not sure from which side I want to see it. Maybe from this one. Yeah. So we set the flaps to 1. Can I, by the way, check fix info, Quebec November, choose this one. Oh yeah, that's working. Cool. Flaps 2.
2005.
Gear down. Yeah, and this is the mountain we overfly on the way back as well. Flaps 3. And flaps 4. And I have to go back to the cockpit here to arm the speed brakes. There we go. Yeah, and if I have a look from the outside, we were absolute clear of the mountains here. The only difficult or the only problem might be this mountain here, but all the others were clear of. So we have plenty of space back here. Want to take another screenshot? And it's so easy with the Airbus to stay leveled or to maintain the altitude, because due to the fly-by-wire system, he's basically doing everything by itself. It's so easy. There is the airport back there. Let's just take a screenshot. We're still at 4,000 feet. Well, there's no time for screenshots. Sun is not up enough. Well, and this is actually... I thought it will be more difficult, actually. But it was quite easy. Down there you can see the mountain below us. On the other side, coming now in are the mountains here. Oh, wrong side, this side. I can't decide which side to view is better. I think it's on the right wing here. Basically, it's quite easy that you just have to adjust yourself to the river here.
2, 3.
And if we have a look here, we are very close to the mountains, almost like in Paro. This side doesn't look any dangerous at all. While this side is just mountain. Just mountain and that's it. Crazy. Yep, very nice. Have a look from the outside, from the touchdown.
Approaching. 2, 3.
Okay, okay. Cabin.
500.
That looks not real at all. So let's see if it's centered and if it is in the touchdown zone. No, it was actually a little bit earlier. But at least it was, well, not exactly centered, but it was okay. And this taxiway indeed is way too small for us. Yep, runway 05 wouldn't be that difficult, just because you can see here we're flying over the water. I think that's gonna that would be a very, very nice, a very scenic approach, but not as difficult as this approach was. Okay, anyway, that was it for today, guys. Thank you for joining. As I said, tomorrow there's gonna be a charter flight with the PMDG 737 Ryanair flight from Frankfurt to Sevilla, carrying some Eintracht Frankfurt fans. And yeah, that's from me for today. I hope to see you guys tomorrow again. Thank you very much, as I just said, for joining, and yeah, I just now wish you a pleasant evening. Bye bye.